Hello and welcome to Mind Garden Psychology. My name is Adrian Cuerva and I'm a psychologist from Sydney, Australia. Today we're diving into the world of cognitive behavioural therapy, or CBT for short. If you've ever been interested in CBT or wondered what it is, this is the video for you. So let's get started. CBT is a type of psychological therapy that focuses on the way that people think and the way that they behave or act. CBT tells us that our thoughts, feelings, and our behaviors or actions are intimately connected, and that understanding this is the key to our overall sense of well-being and mental health. Let's take a closer look by unpacking an example together. Imagine this. You're about to go to a party and you're feeling nervous, you're feeling anxious about it. Now, if we placed a thought bubble above your head, we might see thoughts like, people aren't going to like me, I'm going to make a fool of myself, those types of thoughts. And these thoughts are thought to trigger certain feelings like anxiety, nervousness, shakiness, sweatiness, all the usual suspects. And these thoughts and feelings may then go on to influence your behavior or actions. For example, you might not even go to the party. You might avoid it altogether and just stay home. Or if you manage to get yourself to the party, you might stay away from talking to people, maybe distract yourself on your phone, and engage in other types of subtle avoidance behaviors even while being at the party. Now, this is starting to take a toll. It's starting to take a toll on your work life. It's starting to take a toll on your social life. And it's really getting in the way of leading a meaningful and fulfilling life. CBT may help you become aware of this thought, feeling, behavior connection and make helpful changes. At this point, you may be wondering, what are those helpful changes? So let's go back to the example to see what CBT might have to say. First, we might ask, can we change the situation itself, the party? And the short answer is no, not really. People can avoid parties for a certain amount of time, but that's often part of the problem, isn't it? So avoiding the situation, changing the situation itself, isn't actually a viable solution. Next up, we might ask, can we change our emotions or feelings directly? And the short answer is, again, no, not really. We can't really force our feelings to just go away. Have you ever told someone to stop worrying or calm down? Did it work? Didn't think so. So we can't really force or push away our feelings. It's just not a strategy that tends to work. So now we're just left with our thoughts and our behaviors or our actions. Now, can we change our thoughts? CBT would tell us, yes, we can. It might not be easy and it might take time, but CBT tells us that we can learn to think differently. And since our thoughts, feelings, and actions are all connected, CBT would tell us that changing the way we think could have an effect on the way that we feel and the way that we behave. A psychologist would likely help you change your thoughts in this way. First, by recognizing them and working with them with a variety of different skills in order to change unwanted or unhelpful thoughts. Lastly, we have our behaviors. Now, can we change our behaviors? CBT would say, yes, we can. It might not be easy and it might take time, but we can find little ways to experiment with our actions and our behaviors. In fact, a qualified psychologist will often help people engage in what's called behavioural experiments or behavioural activation or exposure therapy. All of these are topics that I plan to dive into in later videos, so please keep an eye out for those specific topics. Overall, CBT would help you become aware of any unhelpful actions or behaviors that you might be engaging in and learn new skills, learn new behavioral skills in order to overcome your mental health challenges. So CBT will largely help you focus on changing your thoughts and your behaviors in order to affect change in the way you feel. And this is where we get the term cognitive behavioral therapy from. Cognitive is a fancy word for thoughts, and behaviors refers to our actions. Let's take a look at what our example might look like once some progress has been made using CBT. After working with your therapist, your thoughts begin to change. You arrive at some new conclusions, such as people are generally nice and most people are quite pleasant to talk to and treat me kindly. But you only really started to believe this once you started experimenting by actually going to the party, by actually going up and talking to people to see for yourself. Over time, you notice that these changes in the way that you think and act in the world start to have a meaningful effect on the way that you feel, and that anxiety begins to reduce and reduce, to the point where maybe you even start looking forward to going to parties. And at that point, we would say you've overcome your social anxiety. To sum it up, CBT helps us to understand that our thoughts, feelings, and our behaviors are intimately connected, and that by changing unhelpful thoughts and changing unhelpful behaviors, we can improve our mental well-being and lead happier lives. That's it for today's video. I hope you found this introduction to CBT helpful. And remember, if you're struggling with mental health challenges of your own, please seek the support of a qualified mental health worker. It would be a huge help if you liked this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notifications on. And of course, leave a comment down below and join the Mind Garden community. Take care, and until next time, let's continue to grow together.